gospel singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a humanitarian person, and I'm a family woman. The journey into my singing ministry is quite a long journey. If I should start, the counting is going to take a lot of time and days, but I'm just going to keep it very simple. I started singing when I was in my early teenage age. Then I was in the secondary school. I didn't start singing in the church, by the way. So I was in the secondary school, and during the time of Governor Mike Eyiyemi, that's the governor of Lagos State of Nigeria then, the governor launched an initiative called MAMSA, Mass Mobilization for Social and Economic Recovery. And then I was in the secondary school. So a friend of one of my teachers, my math teachers, now bring up a group of people in my school then. It is a choral group. It's not a gospel group, it's not a church group, and it's not a choir. So it's a choral group. So what we do is that we practice songs and we dance, and for us to go and present in the National Theatre or Tafawa Balewa Square with that initiative. MAMSA is an initiative by the Lagos State government then. So during that time we do a lot of practice, a lot of singing and dancing, and every two weeks we have to be at the race course, that is the TBS, Tafawa Balewa Square, then in 1994 thereabouts. So we go as a choral group in our complete uniform costume, we'll be on stage to perform and to sing then. So that was how I began singing and dancing then. And when the tenure of Mike Eyiyemi ended, I think the group just collapsed, because the only thing we do is that we just practice and then we go on stage just to promote that initiative. So when Mike Eyiyemi left, so the group just collapsed. So I was like, what next for me? Then I have begun to enjoy singing and then dancing, a little bit of dancing anyway, but I have to dance. So I began singing, enjoy singing then. So fortunately, then my parents, they attend Anglican church, and I just joined. Then I wasn't really a Christian, just go to church. And then in that Anglican church, because it's an Orthodox church, there is a youth group of that church. We call it the Sunday School Youth Group. So that is like a Pentecostal style of worship. I know down the line, the Orthodox church, they were antagonizing that it is not the way we worship. So I joined the group, the Pentecostal Sunday School. So that was where I became a Christian. And when I joined, I just feel like, oh, this is another option for me. So I joined I joined the choir and started singing. During the Sunday school time, we sing and we meet to rehearse, to practice our singing, and to actually minister during the service. So that was why I began the singing. And so at a point, the Sunday school were having challenge with the adult church. They were like, that is not the style of our church. We are Orthodox. You are like Pentecostal, speaking in tongue, and then it's totally different. So they dissolved the entire Sunday school. They were like, okay, we're going to get an adult, an elder to run the Sunday school. So we were unable to do what we do. So that kind of I was like, this is another nightmare. So fortunately for me, I actually belong to an evangelical ministry. What we do is we go out to countries, to villages, to preach the gospel. Actually, the ministry is called the End Time Army Ministry. So what we do is we go into villages, and then we go into churches to minister, to evangelize. So I belong to the choir section of that ministry. So I was able to use my talent and here and there, and then going into church, singing in the church. So that's how it all began, from one stage to another. So I was busy in the church, and then busy doing the work and singing in the church. And what informed my passion into this ministry is I love gospel music. Gospel music is all about love. It's all about hope. It's all about faith. It's all about, believing in God. Believing that you can go through situations and circumstances. You can come out of that situation. I love it because there is a message in gospel music. So that drives me each and every day into that ministry. I want to see myself being a blessing to people. I want to see myself ministering to people, and then they are blessed, they are changed, they are lifted, their spirit is lifted, because gospel music is all about lifting your spirit, believing in yourself. And then one of the ways I got into the ministry was that, like I said the other time, I was in the church. I was in the church ministry, and then there was a day I was actually going to church on a day. So somebody called me. That's somebody from outside. He just called me. He called me. He said, "Eyiyemi, I would like to produce you." I was like, "You would like to produce me how?" I said, "Okay, I'm going to get you into studio, and I'm going to get you a record deal." I was like, "Oh, I'm excited. That is what I was actually doing in the church," and that's what really drive me into the ministry. So I met this guy. He took me into the studio, and then we recorded my very first album. That was in 1996 thereabout. So he took me into the studio, and then we recorded, and I recorded this particular cassette. This was my very first album in the ministry. That was in 1996. So the guy now he stands as my producer, and so when he took me to the studio, I did this recording. He got me a record label anyway. He signed me up with a record label. Then that was Odex Music. Odex Music took this job on, and we recorded this. I can't believe I'm actually holding the cassette. I don't know why I've been able to carry this all along from 1996, and that was why I got into a solo career in gospel music. Now again, in 2004, I recorded my very first video album. That was the first time I actually was able to record a video. I went for a shoot to record a video, and the video is actually, then it was aired on AIT then. And the title of that CD album in 2024 is Good God. That was the year I released that album, Good God, 2000. I'm a good planner. I plan my day. I plan my week. I plan my hour. I believe in planning and management. My private life, my business life, my ministry life, they have a schedule on my timetable. I believe in planning. So every day I have a timetable of what I need to do today, on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday till Sunday. So what I do is I capture all these essentials, capture them in the timetable. That timetable is what I use to actually plan my days. So I don't give too much time on one and leave the other suffering. So I'm a time planner. I have it in my schedule. This is what I need to do on a Monday from so time to so time. This is what I need to do on Tuesday. This is what I need to do on Wednesday. I actually have a diary that I have there. So I was able to capture all the essentials and then none of them is actually lacking. So blend my private life with my business life and with the ministry life. It's all about planning and God giving grace. For me, what I feel make me unique is my ability to be able to write songs in Nigerian local language and also in English language. Some years ago, I was in a meeting. I went for a program to minister out back in Nigeria. So one of the pastors just called me. He said, "Do you know that you are really blessed?" I said, "Why did you say that?" He said, "You can actually sing both in Yoruba language, that is in Nigerian local language, and in English, and that is really an additional grace given to me." And can I say something? Now, when I emigrated from Nigeria into the UK, I could say that was exactly what helped me to be able to blend into the situation. No, because in Nigeria then, when I write songs, I write songs in the local language because the population where I belong to then was predominantly Yorubas. So in that environment, I was able to write songs to fit into that population, even though I also write in English, but predominantly is in Yoruba. So when I moved into the UK, now I'm going to tell you why I moved into the UK. When I moved into the UK, because the European world, there's nothing like the local language Yoruba or something that is a universal language, English. So I was able to write songs in English and be able to communicate and sing also to a congregation that speaks universal language, English. So I was beginning to think, what if I cannot really write in English or sing really in English? That would be like a setback to me. So personally, from my own view, my uniqueness is the ability to write and sing in my local language and in English language. Yeah, all along when I was growing up, I was growing up with a verse of a scripture in my head, and that is, the gift of a man will make a way for him. So all the time I was growing as a Christian, that verse has always been in my head, that my gift will make a way for me. So how did I have to emigrate from Nigeria? I was in a program. I went for administration one time, and then there is a friend of a pastor's friend, a pastor's friend, the friend of that pastor. I don't know if you understand me. So a pastor that I know as a friend, the friend of him, now just approached me. He said he's trying to start his own church in the UK. That will it be okay for me to come and help him to at least, grow up his choir, the department, the choir team for his ministry in the UK. I said, well, I could do that. And mind you, before then, I do come in and out of UK to minister in UK in Dublin. So I said, fine and cool. So that was what the opportunity that was open, and I had to come into the UK and help him in being able to build up the choir department. And from then, one thing to the other led one thing to the other, led to another thing, one thing to the other led to another thing. So in a nutshell, I actually emigrated because I got a contract with a pastor's friend to come and support in building up the choir department. There is hope, there is hope, there is hope. Yeah, the 2020 has been a very hard and challenging year for every one of us. The entire world has been in chaos. No one knows what is going on. And then scientists, they've tried, researchers, they tried all they could, but everybody was like, what is going on in the world? China, Singapore, Spain, UK, the entire world is in chaos. And then the COVID-19 was actually a trigger to that album, and I was inspired by the Holy Ghost to actually release that album. And then around March, April, I was just in the house. I was listening to the news, and then a lot of chaos. So a song, just dropped into my spirit, and I was writing down, and the song says, "I live in victory every day. That there is no other way, there is no other place to run to except God, except Him." The scientists have tried. They tried what is going on. They can't. People started crying. Resources are lost. But that song came to me that there is hope. There is hope. So I put a song together to actually encourage people during this hard time. And that is to tell you that no matter what you and I are going through, no matter what the situation is, there is hope. When you look up unto Him, He will make a way where there is no way. 21. By the grace of God, my team and I have a lot of expectations planned. We planned a lot of collaborations, a lot of programs, a lot of hosting, a lot of appearances, a lot of interviews just like this, and we hope to be a great blessing to everyone out there. I hope to be a blessing and a more blessing to people around me. I hope to do greater things for Him and in the lives of people. So we hope to do a lot of things this year. And if Mr. COVID-19 allows, and if there is no delay or further lockdown, we hope to carry out all our expectations. Word of encouragement to everyone watching me there is that keep moving. It doesn't matter what people say about you. It doesn't matter what situations around you is telling you. It doesn't matter if people ignore you. Just trust Him and keep moving. Keep on with what you are doing. For God is going to make a way for you and I. Because power belongs to Him. Power belongs to Him. In heaven and earth, all the power belongs to Him. Power belongs to God. All the power belongs to God. In heaven and the earth, all the power belongs to God. Trust Him. Trust Him and rely on Him. He will see you through. He will help you all the way. Okay, I should sing one of the songs from the album. Now I'm going to sing this song. And the song says, what a mighty God we serve. What a mighty God we serve. What a glorious God who reigns. What a mighty God. Heaven and earth adore, and earth is bow before your throne. What a mighty, mighty God. Mighty, mighty God. What a mighty, mighty God. We serve. What a wonder, wonder God. Wonder, wonder God. What a wonder, wonder God. We serve. Mighty God. Mighty God. Mighty God. We serve. Mighty God. Mighty God. Mighty God. We serve. What a mighty, mighty God. Mighty, mighty God. What a mighty, mighty God. We serve. What a mighty God. We serve the water, glorious God who reigns. What a mighty God. Heaven and earth adore, and earth is bow before your throne. Thank you. Boom.